Ever been in a situation where you are talking with someone from a different culture for the first time and realize that you accidentally insulted that person? You may have done this by asking a question, making some kind of comment, or being too blunt. I know I have been guilty of this, as well as been on the receiving end of it. When I first tell someone that I am Jewish, the first question I get is usually, "What are those hats you guys wear on your heads?" My first thought is, have you seen me wearing any hat? And second, those hats are called kippas. It is rude to assume they are called hats because they represent a bigger meaning. A better way to phrase this kind of question would be, I'm not sure what they are called, but what are those things that some Jewish people wear on their heads? Acknowledging that you aren't aware of the proper name, but that you are curious is a great start. I don't expect someone who is not Jewish to know what they are, but when someone calls a kippah a hat, to me it is like you are making fun of it. Whether that is the intent or not, it is safer to be mindful of how you phrase things. Another common question I get is, don't you guys all believe in Allah? That is a Muslim god. It's a completely different religion. I personally don't go too crazy when asked these kinds of questions because I know that people do not intend to be mean or to make fun, but that they simply don't know. However, some people would take serious offense to these kinds of questions. There are a few basic tools for intercultural competence. First, you can display respect. You treat the person that you are communicating with as an equal. Try not to speak to them in any demeaning way. The second is orientation to knowledge. Don't act like you know it all. In fact, I think it is safer to act like that you don't know anything about their religion to avoid insulting someone. Empathy. Really taking the effort to understand what it might be like to be in that person's culture or situation. Meaning, try and put yourself in that person's shoes, and if you were being asked those kinds of questions, would you be insulted? Lastly, interaction management. Try and be mindful of the body language going on with the person that you are in communication with. If you have irritated someone, it is likely to be shown through their body language. Being interculturally competent is important because you never know someone's background or where they come from. Being self-aware of the things that you say is an important skill that is good to practice, as we are all headed to being out there in the real world. You don't want to find yourself insulting someone because you made a careless remark.